Hello, Waffle Crew. I hope you're all doing great. I'm Mark, and today we're diving into more Reddit tales. If you enjoy these stories, consider giving a thumbs up, subscribing, or even hitting that notification bell. Let's jump into the first story, sending you all lots of love. Our first tale comes from u/throwaway, Jimishu45678, titled, Am I Wrong for Refusing to Assist a Woman at the Gym Unless She Stops Filming Me? The poster wonders if they were in the wrong for how they handled a situation with a woman at the gym and is seeking feedback. Here's the story. I'm a 41-year-old man who hits the gym early, around 5:30 a.m., when it's usually quiet. There's a woman in her early 20s who also trains at that time. We've been friendly for about a year, exchanging hellos and chatting briefly between sets. She's there early because the gym is nearly empty, and she films her workouts, aiming to become a fitness influencer. She's committed, and we've built a casual acquaintance. This morning, she approached me, excited, saying she was going for a personal best on her barbell squat and asked if I'd spot her since she wasn't sure she could manage the lift alone. I agreed, as spotting isn't uncommon. For those unfamiliar, a barbell squat involves placing a weighted bar on your back and squatting, with the spotter standing behind to help if the lifter can't stand back up. As she set up, I noticed her phone recording in the corner and asked if she could turn it off or keep me out of the frame. She said she really wanted to capture the moment and that I'd look great on camera. I explained that I wasn't comfortable being filmed, as my wife or colleagues might see it online, and it could seem inappropriate. I didn't mention to her that her outfit, tight shorts and a small sports bra, also made me uneasy about being recorded so close to her. She assured me the video was just for her and wouldn't be posted, but I still wasn't okay with it. I reiterated that I felt uneasy and suggested she wait 30 minutes for a trainer to help instead. She got upset, accusing me of making things awkward and sexualizing her. She asked if I'd have helped if she were a man, which made me pause since I've spotted others before. I clarified I'd help if she wasn't recording, but she doubled down, saying I was body-shaming her and judging her perfectly fine attire. I felt guilty for upsetting her, as she was just trying to train, and I've asked for spots myself before. But I stood firm on not wanting to be filmed. As a married man, I have boundaries to respect, and being recorded with a much younger woman felt risky. I'm also worried she might have recorded our entire exchange and could post it online. I'm unsure how to handle this and feel anxious. So, am I wrong for refusing to spot her because of the recording? The top comment said, Not wrong. She made it weird by not immediately agreeing to stop recording when you asked. I don't want to be filmed is a full sentence, and you didn't owe her an explanation. Another user, Sunnyglow, wrote, Not wrong. You were clear about your boundaries. If people unfamiliar with lifting saw you spotting her and she failed, it could look bad, especially with her outfit. Context matters. The poster replied, Exactly my concern. Plus, who knows what narration she might add to make it go viral. Another commenter, Riverfox, said, Not wrong. Her reaction was out of line. Most people would just say, okay, I'll turn it off or wait for someone else. She's the one who escalated this. Lone Wolf added, Not wrong. It's valid to avoid being filmed, even if she claims it's private. A 41-year-old man spotting a young woman in revealing clothes could easily be misconstrued. You protected yourself from a potential narrative. As for her recording your talk, it's unlikely to be damning unless you said something incriminating, which you didn't. Most would understand why you'd avoid being filmed in that context. They also noted a trend of gym videos shaming others for attention, citing an example where someone filmed in a locker room without consent, leading to a gym ban. The poster later updated, I didn't expect this to blow up. Life's gotten wild. I was worried she'd post our convo to paint me as the villain. I told my wife, who's seen TikToks where young women add misleading voiceovers to make older men look creepy for clout. She suggested I report her to gym management for filming without consent to get ahead of it. The next week I saw her at the gym and kept my distance, but she kept smiling at me. After my workout, she approached, wanting to talk. She apologized for assuming I'd be okay with being filmed, which surprised me. I said I just don't like being recorded, and we left it at that. She followed me outside, asking how long I've been training and if I could critique her form. I recommended gym trainers, but she said she's jobless and can't afford them. She offered to buy me coffee if I'd share tips. Feeling I'd been too harsh before, I agreed, and we went to a nearby cafe. Her name's Haley. She graduated last year, lives with her mom, and is job hunting. She was overweight before and is working hard to emulate TikTok fitness stars. We had a good chat, and I answered her fitness questions. She knew my name and asked if my wife would mind her following me on Instagram. I said my account's mostly for my wife to keep tabs on friends, so I barely use it. She asked about Snapchat, and I reminded her I'm twice her age. When I got home, I told my wife. She's a TikTok and Reels fan and wanted to check if Haley posted the squat video. I described Haley's appearance and first name. That evening, my wife, grinning, showed me Haley's TikTok. For 2 months, she'd been posting about me as her gym crush, blurring my face. Her videos included clips of us passing each other or chatting, with voiceovers inventing romantic scenarios like me complimenting her body or asking her for coffee. Each had over 100 likes, which my wife said isn't much but feels big. My wife found it hilarious, calling me internet famous and a sucker. I wanted it to stop, but she was hooked on the drama, saying Haley's just a young woman building her following and not showing my face. She urged me to play along to see what Haley does next. For 2 weeks, I kept going to the gym, chatting with Haley, and my wife updated me on her posts. We grab coffee every Wednesday, and I mentor her on fitness and nutrition to the best of my ability. My wife treats it like a game, and I want Haley to succeed, but it's feeling bizarre, and I'm too old for this. I'm uneasy and unsure how long I can keep this up. Someone asked if Haley knew he was married, and the poster clarified, yes, she knows. I wear my ring and I mention my wife often. My wife thinks Haley's using me as a character in her fictional drama for views, which some TikTokers do for clout. Another asked about their coffee chats. The poster said, they're mostly fitness-focused. She asks legit questions, and we talk about her life, job struggles, etc. She's never inappropriate. She likely uses clips of me smiling or greeting her for her edits. A month later, the poster updated again. My last post about Haley, who wanted me to spot her while filming, blew up. I shared how my wife found Haley's gym crush videos and encouraged me to continue as she found them funny and harmless. Things got crazier. You all failed to warn me that Reddit posts end up on TikTok. Last week, my story was read dramatically on TikTok, reaching millions, including my wife. She doesn't use Reddit but saw the video and asked if I posted it. She was thrilled, laughing at my dramatic venting. At a barbecue with friends, she shared the TikTok, and they teased me, reenacting spotting squats to show how it looks. I felt bad for Haley, as everyone mocked her videos. I told my wife I'd confront Haley, feeling we'd gone too far. My wife showed me TikTok comments where people found Haley's videos, calling her a homewrecker. Haley deleted her recent posts, but still got hate. I was mortified. I just wanted Reddit advice, not this. My wife said 5 million saw the videos. I skipped the gym for 2 days, dreading facing Haley. She texted asking about coffee, and my wife urged me to talk, saying Haley's just young and made a mistake. Today at the gym, things were awkward. At the coffee shop, before I could apologize, Haley did, saying her posts were a joke for friends and family, not meant to blow up. She woke up to hundreds of views and comments calling her crazy Haley or a homewrecker. She realized I'd posted on Reddit from comments and was embarrassed that my wife and I knew. She deleted her videos, but people kept messaging her. She even had to explain to her mom she wasn't dating a married man. I apologized, unaware Reddit posts go viral on TikTok, and explained I was just worried about offending her. She was surprised I didn't know this was common. We laughed it off, and my wife thinks Haley's talented. Haley enjoyed her brief fame and promised to find a new gym crush while staying friends. I ask everyone not to hunt for Haley on TikTok or harass her. She's just a young kid, not a homewrecker. A commenter hoped the poster would cheat with Haley, disliking the wife's behavior. The poster replied, "My wife finds it funny because she knows I'd never cheat. It's too much effort. I'm happy with her." Another called Haley's actions creepy, noting a double standard if a man did this. Many criticized everyone, the wife for encouraging it, the poster for going along, and Haley for her posts. Some said they disliked all parties. What's your take? Share below. Now, on to the next story. From u/tale78901 on the True Off My Chest subreddit, titled, "My roommate sent me a patronizing chore list, then flipped out when I stood up for myself. I'm a 22-year-old woman living with a 27-year-old female roommate who rarely cleans. I'm always wiping surfaces, taking out trash, washing dishes, and cleaning up after her dog while working full-time and trying to keep things peaceful. I don't nag or complain. I just do my part, and often hers to keep our place livable. But when she finally cleaned, wiping the stove and tossing some trash, she sent me a long, passive-aggressive text while I was at work. It listed reminders to clean the stove after cooking, put away my drinks, unload the dishwasher before she needs it, and follow a vague decor-only counter rule she mentioned once ages ago. She even bragged about tossing oil and asparagus from the trash like it was a heroic deed. Her tone was condescending, and it threw me off. I replied that I understood she was stressed, but her delivery was uncalled for. I pointed out I've been doing my share, and often hers, like cleaning up after her dog. I said if we're keeping score, I'd stop cleaning her messes too, and her stress isn't my burden. We both pay rent, and I shouldn't feel guilty for existing here. She got defensive, calling me overdramatic and a child for being upset by her tone, accusing me of twisting her words. We argued in person where she gaslit me, saying I was delusional. I lost my cool and called her a jerk, not my proudest moment, and I admitted it. I sent a calm apology for the name-calling but stood by my boundary, saying I just want us to coexist respectfully. Her reply? You messed up big time, kid. Bite your tongue next time. You crossed my boundaries. Keep your apology and shove it, you delusional jerk. Don't quit therapy. So here we are. I've tried to be mature, do my share, and avoid drama, but when I set a boundary, I'm the villain. She acts like I'm awful for reacting to her disrespect when I've been fair. I'm exhausted by people who can dish it out but can't take it. I'm not perfect, but I've tried. Thanks for letting me vent. A commenter asked if she could move out. The poster said, my lease is almost up and I'm eyeing a new place. She threatened to end the lease early, but I can't afford it and I doubt she can. Another Skyhawk said, she's lashing out because you're leaving and she's got abandonment issues. The poster replied, I had a strange dream she begged me to renew the lease. Another shared a similar roommate story saying, I tried cleaning up after mine, then stopped. She never changed, so I kicked her out. Some people won't budge. Get out. The poster noted, she's been like this since we moved in. I love a clean space, so I do what I can, but her reaction and words shocked me. 9 days later, the poster updated. Thanks for the support on my last post. It meant a lot. Here's what's happened. After our fight, where she disrespected my apology, I started moving my stuff to my room, including my Pyrex dishes from Costco, which I'd let her use. I found one in the fridge with spoiled chicken and tossed it. She came home, saw it, and ranted about me on the phone. I ignored it and went to bed. The next morning, while I was showering, she yelled, asking where the trash bags were. I'd bought the last pack, so I knew we had some. She claimed they were hers from the store, whatever that means. Tired of the drama, I gave her the bags and told her not to use my stuff. She flipped, called me impossible to live with, and demanded I leave. I said, fine, I'll go. I went to the leasing office and explained. They offered 3 options. We both moved to separate units, break the lease early, or I remove my name from the lease, pay a fee, and she proves she can cover rent alone with pay stubs. That night she texted, asking if I wanted to leave or if she should. I said I'd leave and told the office to follow up with her for pay stubs. That day, I toured a dream apartment and applied. Today, I got approved and move in tomorrow. But it's messy again. I asked the office if they got her pay stubs. They hadn't, despite asking her 3 times. She kept saying she'd send them but didn't. I texted her saying I'm moving out and she needs to send the stubs. She replied, I can't. I asked what she meant. Can't send them or can't afford rent. She didn't clarify. I reminded her she agreed to stay. And she said, let's just break the lease. I said I can't afford that, which is why I'm leaving. She replied, I don't care about my credit. Then, 30 minutes later, she texted, guess I'll leave too. I don't know if she's being petty or clueless. Tomorrow, I'm heading to the office to sort this out. I'm frustrated but ready to escape this toxicity. Wish me luck, and any advice is welcome. Thanks for following my journey. If you have roommate stories, share them on r/marknarrations or email me. Details are on the channel. Thanks for your love, support, and time. It means everything. See you in the next one. Take care.